Every morning, millions of people unknowingly do something that slowly weakens the most important muscles in their body, the ones in their legs. And no, it's not a lack of exercise or age catching up with you. The real culprit? What's missing from your breakfast? Shocking new research reveals that one overlooked morning habit could be the reason you're losing strength, balance, and independence faster than you think. But here's the good news. This process is not only preventable, it's reversible. Stick around, because today we're uncovering 5 powerful breakfast foods that could help you walk stronger, steadier, and pain-free well into your 60s and beyond. The silent muscle loss crisis. You don't feel it at first. There's no warning bell, no sharp pain, no sudden collapse. It creeps in quietly, just a little more effort to get up from the couch, a heavier step when you walk to the kitchen, a slight wobble as you climb the stairs. You brush it off and tell yourself, it's just age catching up. But that's only half the story. What you're experiencing may be the early signs of sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass that begins around age 60 and speeds up if nothing is done to stop it. And the most affected area? Your legs. They're the largest and most used muscles in your body, carrying your weight, keeping you balanced, helping you move with ease. Yet they're also the first to suffer when muscle loss sets in. The worst part? Sarcopenia doesn't hurt. It doesn't cause a fever or inflammation. It doesn't make headlines like heart disease or diabetes. It simply chips away at your strength and stability one morning at a time. You start needing your hands to push yourself up from a chair. You hesitate before stepping off a curb. You begin avoiding long walks, not because you don't want to go, but because your legs just don't feel like they used to. According to the National Institute on Aging, people over 60 can lose up to 33% of their leg muscle over a decade if they don't take action. That means in just 10 years, your ability to walk independently, climb stairs, or stay steady on your feet can diminish dramatically, all without you realizing it's happening. And when the legs weaken, everything else follows. Your stride shortens, your balance suffers, your risk of falling skyrockets. Even blood circulation slows, leading to colder limbs, cramps, and reduced oxygen to your muscles. The effects ripple out into your daily life. Trouble sleeping, lower appetite, weight gain, memory issues, and an overall feeling that your body just isn't keeping up anymore. Here's the kicker. Most people make it worse without knowing it. They skip breakfast, they load up on coffee, they grab toast with no protein or nutrients, and in doing so, they send their body straight into a catabolic state, where it starts breaking down muscle for energy instead of building it. This is the muscle loss crisis no one talks about. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't scream for attention. But it's happening to millions of people every single day. And unless you know what to do, your legs will keep getting weaker while your independence slowly slips away. But here's the good news. Muscle loss isn't a life sentence. It's reversible. And it all starts with what you put on your plate first thing in the morning. In the next section, we'll break down why your breakfast may be the most important decision you make all day, and how the right foods can stop muscle loss in its tracks. Why breakfast is the breaking point. Approx. 500 words. Most people don't realize this, but the first hour after you wake up can determine whether your body builds muscle or breaks it down. After a long night of sleep, usually 7 to 9 hours, your body is in a fasted state. That means it hasn't had any nutrients for hours, and your energy reserves are running low. So what does your body do? It starts looking for fuel, and if it doesn't get what it needs quickly, it begins pulling that fuel from the easiest source available, your muscles, especially the large, energy-hungry ones in your legs. This process is called catabolism, and it's a natural response to fasting. But for people over 60, it can be devastating. As you age, your ability to rebuild muscle slows down. So every time your body dips into its muscle reserves to get energy, that strength is harder to get back. Over time, you're not just staying the same, You're slowly losing ground, one morning at a time. And yet, millions of people unknowingly make the problem worse by skipping breakfast, grabbing a quick coffee, or eating sugar-filled toast with zero muscle-supporting nutrients. Some even say things like, "I'll just eat later," or "I'm not hungry in the morning." But while your stomach might not feel empty, your muscles are starving, and they're the ones paying the price. According to researchers at Tufts University, seniors who eat a protein-rich breakfast with key nutrients can regain up to 35% of their leg strength in just 8 weeks. That's not from hitting the gym or taking expensive supplements. It's simply from starting the day with the right food, at the right time. So what does the wrong breakfast look like? Think white bread, sugary cereal, or black coffee with no food. These options give you a quick burst of energy, but offer zero support for muscle repair or maintenance. Worse, they spike your blood sugar and drop it just as fast, leaving you tired, unsteady, and more prone to falls or dizziness, especially during your most active morning hours. On the other hand, the right breakfast works like armor for your legs. It feeds your muscles the amino acids, minerals, and healthy fats they need to rebuild. It restores electrolyte balance, supports circulation, and protects against cramping, fatigue, and joint stiffness. If you're over 60 and feeling like your legs don't move the way they used to, or if you've noticed a slight tremble when standing or an unsteadiness in your step, your breakfast could be the missing piece. And the best part? You don't need complicated recipes or exotic ingredients. Just a few simple changes can help you preserve your mobility, regain balance, and keep walking confidently into your later years. Coming up next, we'll introduce you to David, a man who experienced all of these struggles and turned it around with one small change to his morning routine. His story might sound familiar, and what he discovered could change your mornings forever. David's comeback at 69, approximately 500 words. David was 69 when he noticed something wasn't quite right. A retired construction engineer who had once climbed scaffolding and trekked across job sites with ease, he suddenly found himself hesitating. His legs felt heavy in the mornings, stiff, like they didn't belong to him. At first, he blamed it on aging. "It's normal to slow down," he told himself. But deep down, he knew something was off. The tipping point came one quiet morning. As he stepped outside to pick up the newspaper, his foot caught the edge of the porch. He stumbled, not a bad fall, but it shook him. What scared him most wasn't the scrape on his knee. It was the feeling that he was starting to lose control of his own body. His wife began to notice it too. David was slower, less confident. He'd push off with both hands just to get up from the couch. He stopped going for walks in the park. And at night, he complained about cramps in his legs that kept him from sleeping. Still, there was no diagnosis, no arthritis, no diabetes, no official reason. But something was clearly wrong. What David was experiencing is what some physicians quietly call the after-60 fade, a silent, progressive loss of leg muscle that affects millions. It happens slowly, without pain, and often without any real warning. One day your legs feel a bit slower, and then a few months later, you're avoiding stairs or holding onto the rail just to feel steady. David could have accepted it. Most people do. But instead, he started digging. He read articles, watched videos, and talked to a dietitian. And what he discovered was surprisingly simple. It wasn't his age. It was his breakfast. For most of his adult life, David skipped breakfast. Or he'd just drink black coffee and maybe grab toast later in the day. What he didn't know was that this habit was slowly starving his leg muscles of the nutrients they needed to repair and stay strong. So, he made a change. He swapped out coffee-only mornings for protein-rich meals, nothing fancy. Boiled eggs, oatmeal with chia seeds, a banana, a spoonful of Greek yogurt. Within 3 weeks, something amazing happened. Getting out of bed felt easier. The weight in his legs began to lift. The cramps at night? Gone. By the second month, He was walking 2 kilometers every morning without stopping. "I feel like I've got my legs back," he told his wife. David didn't need medication. He didn't need expensive equipment or intense workouts. He just gave his body the nutrients it had been asking for at the right time. And in return, it gave him back his confidence, his balance, and his freedom. If David's story sounds familiar, it's because this is more common than most people think. But it's also more reversible than most people realize. And now, we're going to break down the exact foods that helped him rebuild his strength. 5 simple breakfasts that could help you do the same. The 5 power foods that rebuild legs, approx. 700 to 800 words. Not all breakfasts are created equal, especially after the age of 60. While many common morning meals offer little more than sugar and empty carbs, a few specific foods have been shown to repair leg muscles, improve balance, prevent cramps, and even reverse years of muscle loss. These aren't exotic superfoods or expensive supplements. They're simple, affordable, and available in nearly every grocery store. Let's break down the 5 power-packed foods that helped David and thousands of others rebuild their strength and stay on their feet. 1. Whole eggs, the muscle rebuilder. If you could eat just one thing to kickstart muscle repair in the morning, it would be a boiled egg. Eggs are packed with complete protein, containing all 9 essential amino acids needed to repair and build muscle tissue. But the true magic? It's in the yolk. That's where you'll find leucine, a critical amino acid that directly stimulates muscle protein synthesis, especially important for aging muscles in your legs. The yolk also contains vitamin D, B12, choline, and iron, nutrients that support balance, nerve communication, and blood flow. A study from the University of Illinois found that older adults who ate 2 whole eggs each morning experienced significant increases in leg strength within 8 weeks, even without exercise. Best served, boiled or scrambled with spinach and tomatoes for added magnesium and antioxidants. Timing: eat within 30 to 60 minutes after waking for best results. 2. Oatmeal plus chia seeds. Long-lasting energy and cramp prevention. While eggs fuel repair, oats provide the steady energy your leg muscles need to perform throughout the day. Oats are rich in beta-glucan, a special type of fiber that reduces inflammation, improves blood sugar control, and enhances nutrient absorption, key for older adults whose metabolism has slowed down. When you add chia seeds to oatmeal, you create a nutrient powerhouse. Chia is packed with magnesium, calcium, potassium, and omega-3s, which help prevent cramps, support nerve signaling, and boost circulation in your legs. Best served: 3 tablespoons of oats cooked with water or nut milk, topped with 1 tablespoon chia seeds and fruit. Timing: within the first hour after waking. 3. Bananas, the natural electrolyte. Bananas are often overlooked, but for seniors, they act like natural muscle medicine. Their high potassium content supports healthy muscle contractions and prevents the twitching, cramping, and nighttime spasms that many older adults suffer from. A medium banana has around 400 milligrams of potassium, about 10% of your daily need. It also contains vitamin B6, which helps improve communication between your brain and muscles, keeping your steps stable and reducing the chance of tripping or misstepping. Harvard researchers found that older adults who ate bananas regularly were 33% less likely to suffer from leg cramps than those who didn't. Best served after your main breakfast, mixed into yogurt or oatmeal. Note: choose a slightly underripe banana if you're managing blood sugar. 4. Greek yogurt, protein. That works while you rest. Greek yogurt isn't just a creamy breakfast option. It's a muscle-repairing powerhouse. It contains casein, a slow-digesting protein that continues to nourish muscles for hours, making it especially valuable after sleep when your body is rebuilding. A single 170-gram serving has about 17 grams of protein, plus leucine, calcium, vitamin D, and probiotics. These all work together to support strong bones, better balance, improved muscle signaling, and healthier digestion. One study from the Netherlands found that adults over 60 who consume 20 grams of casein protein daily experienced noticeable improvements in leg strength and balance, even with minimal physical activity. Best served, plain, unsweetened, topped with cinnamon, chia seeds, or berries. Tip: if you're lactose intolerant, look for lactose-free or goat milk yogurt alternatives. 5. Salmon or fatty fish, the anti-inflammation shield. If you want to protect your legs from inflammation and chronic weakness, fatty fish like salmon, sardines, or mackerel are essential. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, which help reduce muscle breakdown and improve insulin sensitivity, allowing your muscles to absorb nutrients more effectively. Salmon also packs a punch with vitamin D, B12, and over 20 grams of protein per 100-gram serving, perfect for rebuilding leg muscle mass and improving balance and coordination. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who ate fatty fish twice a week preserved 27% more leg muscle than those who didn't. Best served, pan-seared with olive oil, or served cold as smoked salmon on whole grain toast. Frequency: at least 2 to 3 times per week, ideally in the morning. These 5 foods may seem simple, but together they create a complete leg recovery plan. They don't just prevent further muscle loss, they actively help your body rebuild, recharge, and regain strength. The best part? You don't need a gym membership, fancy blender, or a complicated meal plan. Just a few smart choices before 9 a.m. But we're not done yet, because next, we're revealing one strange, often overlooked food combo that ties it all together. It's something most people already have in their kitchen, and it could be the missing piece to unlocking stronger, more stable legs. The hidden leg saver, sweet potato and mineral salt, approx. 500 to 600 words. It doesn't look like a miracle food. It isn't trendy, expensive, or hard to find. In fact, you probably already have it in your kitchen. But when paired with one surprising ingredient, this humble root vegetable becomes one of the most powerful tools for leg muscle protection and recovery after 60. We're talking about steamed sweet potatoes topped with a pinch of natural mineral salt, specifically Celtic sea salt or Himalayan pink salt. At first glance, it might seem too simple to be effective, but here's what science shows. Sweet potatoes offer a slow-burning source of complex carbohydrates, fuel your body needs to recover after a night of fasting. Unlike refined carbs like white toast or cereal, sweet potatoes don't spike your blood sugar. Instead, they provide steady energy that supports healthy muscle function, reduces early morning fatigue, and helps prevent cramps and stiffness in the legs. But the real magic happens when you combine sweet potatoes with natural mineral salt. Celtic sea salt contains over 80 trace minerals your muscles need to function properly: magnesium, potassium, calcium, manganese, and more. These nutrients work together to regulate nerve signals, maintain muscle hydration, and reduce the likelihood of spasms or trembling that often happen when leg muscles are underfueled or out of balance. Why is this such a big deal in the morning? Because when you wake up, your body is naturally dehydrated and electrolyte deficient. If you don't replenish those minerals quickly, your muscles, especially in the legs, struggle to function. That's why so many people feel shaky, stiff, or unstable first thing in the day. A small serving of sweet potato with a pinch of natural salt restores those essential minerals in the right ratios, boosting circulation, improving energy, and priming your muscles for recovery. One 90-day study by the French Institute of Mineral Nutrition found that seniors who started their day with a high-fiber breakfast featuring sweet potatoes and mineral salt saw a 41% improvement in balance and nearly 50% fewer falls. That's not from workouts. That's from breakfast. Here's how to do it. Steam or bake a small to medium sweet potato the night before. You can refrigerate and reheat. Warm it slightly in the morning. Sprinkle a small pinch, about 1/5 teaspoon, of Celtic sea salt over the top. Eat it 10 to 15 minutes before your main breakfast, ideally with a glass of warm water. This timing gives your body a gentle mineral boost, stabilizes blood sugar, and preps your muscles to absorb the nutrients coming next. Simple? Yes, but also incredibly powerful. Many older adults who make this one tiny change report that their legs feel lighter, their balance improves, and those nagging cramps at night begin to fade. It's like flipping a switch, replacing depletion with nourishment, weakness with strength. And this is just one part of a complete morning recovery routine. Next, we'll cover 5 morning habits, no supplements or exercise equipment needed, that work alongside your breakfast to keep your legs stable, steady, and strong. If you want to move through the day with confidence, you won't want to miss them. 5 morning habits that stabilize and strengthen your legs. Eating the right breakfast is a powerful first step, but what you do in the first 30 minutes of your day can either supercharge your leg strength or slowly wear it down. That's why seniors who remain active, balanced, and independent into their 70s and 80s often follow a few simple but effective morning rituals. No gym, no supplements, no complicated routines. Just a handful of time-tested habits that give their legs the support they need to stay strong. Let's break down the 5 most effective ones. Number 1, start with warm water and natural mineral salt. Before anything else, before coffee, food, or even getting dressed, drink a glass of warm water mixed with a pinch of natural salt, like Celtic sea salt or Himalayan pink salt. Why? After 7 to 9 hours of sleep, your body wakes up slightly dehydrated, and your muscles, especially your legs, are low on essential electrolytes. That imbalance can cause heaviness, cramps, or instability when you first stand. Just 250 milliliters of warm water with 1/5 teaspoon of salt can rehydrate your body, restore electrolyte balance, support smoother muscle contractions, improve leg circulation. Take slow sips over 5 minutes. This alone can prevent those stiff, unstable steps that hit first thing in the morning. Number 2, do 3 minutes of leg lifts and balance holds. Next, prime your muscles. You don't need a mat, gear, or a full routine, just your living room floor. Here's a simple habit. Stand tall near a wall or chair for support. Lift 1 foot 2 to 4 inches off the ground. Hold for 10 seconds, then switch legs. Do 5 rounds per side. This quick set engages your hips, calves, thighs, and core, all key to balance. It also activates the stabilizer muscles that keep you upright and confident throughout the day. Even a few minutes of this can cut your fall risk dramatically. Number 3, don't rush out of bed. Many seniors get up too quickly, especially after a restless night. That sudden movement can trigger lightheadedness, dizziness, or even a fall, especially if blood hasn't fully returned to your legs and brain. Instead, sit on the edge of the bed, rotate your ankles and wrists a few times. Take 3 deep breaths to expand your lungs and restore circulation. You'll feel more grounded, balanced, and in control as you stand. Number 4, soak in the morning sunlight. Within 20 minutes of waking up, get at least 5 minutes of sunlight, even if it's just by a window, on the porch, or stepping outside. Morning sunlight triggers vitamin D production, which strengthens bones and muscle control, regulates your internal clock, circadian rhythm, for better sleep and recovery, improves mood and focus, both of which affect your physical confidence. For seniors with weak ankles, stiff knees, or slower movement, this one habit can re-energize your whole system. Number 5, never skip that first meal. This might be the most important one. If you wait too long to eat in the morning, your body will continue to break down muscle for energy. Over time, this leads to thinner legs, weaker steps, and a higher risk of injury. Even if you don't feel hungry, Have something small. Half a sweet potato with mineral salt, a boiled egg, a scoop of Greek yogurt. It signals your body to switch from muscle breakdown to repair, giving your legs the support they need to rebuild. These 5 habits, done in under 15 minutes, can make the difference between feeling unstable and sluggish, or strong, steady, and ready to take on the day. In the final section, we'll wrap everything up and give you a clear path forward. Because your mornings aren't just about starting the day, they're about reclaiming your independence one step at a time. You don't have to accept weakening legs as part of getting older. With the right breakfast and a few simple morning habits, you can rebuild strength, regain balance, and walk with confidence again. If this video helped you, hit that like button, subscribe to Easy Health Hub, and turn on notifications so you never miss a tip that could change your life.